What's up, everybody? This is Brad, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the upcoming Fortnite season that's supposed to be themed all around video game collabs. And we've got Solid Snake here, and he's standing outside of Wonkeeland, which is a POI on the map that's been here since the start of Chapter 7. And the reason why we're here is because I think something very big is going to happen here when the new season starts. Because if you'll remember, like I said, this theme park has been here the whole chapter. So, surely that must mean it will be important. And I just picked up this Peely Sprite, and I probably shouldn't have because now everybody knows where I'm at. But, if you remember, a cool thing they did with Wonkeeland is back during the South Park collab, it became Cartmanland. Well, there's another pretty bad guy that likes to name things after himself. And it just so happens that the name of a theme park that he has very much so resembles the general shape of the mascot of Wonkeeland. And I'm talking about Dr. Eggman from Sonic the Hedgehog, who, I didn't know this because I haven't played enough Sonic games, but Eggman has Eggmanland. And if you look at the entrance of it, then it looks almost exactly like the way they shaped this Wonkeeland entrance. And, I mean, that was cool in and of itself. And I can't take credit for discovering that. Somebody else already did on over there on Twitter. But the thing that really sold me on, it's a clever reference in and of itself. To, if this was this, of course they planned these seasons way out in advance, so to come up with an original theme park that you can take some of the imagery of the one from Sonic and sort of disguise it a little bit, that way the upcoming collab is hiding in plain sight. That's what makes some of these cool, and it's very similar to what they did for the Dragon Ball collab during Chapter 3, where there was a random little island out off, in the water by itself, and people noticed that this kind of reminds me of Kame House from Dragon Ball. And sure enough, and see, that island had been there, that little house had been there since the start of Chapter 3. Well, 2 seasons later, when the Dragon Ball collab is announced, guess what? They replaced that little generic house with Kame House, and that's where you could find Bulma, and it was again the idea of hiding a collab in plain sight. And if you're smart enough and maybe a little bit conspiracy brained, you can see things and you can see things that aren't there, but they're clearly teasing something. And I think that's what this Wonkeeland has been. And what I think is the most obvious tease of it all actually comes in the form of, and hopefully I don't get killed before I can explain this, the mascot for Wonkeeland, who I think is just, if I remember correctly, is named just Wonkee. If you look at the Wonkee skin, it is, there you are, hold on. If you look at the Wonkee skin, it's got a big yellow head for the mascot and a bright blue suit. It's kind of a fancier looking suit though, and that's an interesting choice. But the most interesting part of the Wonkee skin though, not the mascot head, not the color of the suit, not the style of the suit. It's in the alt style for the skin, where we get to see who is wearing the actual costume underneath, who is wearing this getup. And the answer surprised me, and because I was like, what is this for? It's Relaxed Fit Jonesy from Chapter 2. The skin that was supposed to be a reference to one of the Avengers movies where Thor got out of shape because he lost confidence in himself. And so they made a humorous Jonesy skin to reflect that Thor had gotten fat. And, when I first saw that was the skin that was underneath the Wonkee mascot skin mask, I was just kind of dumbfounded. I was like, what is this? I thought at first it was just laziness. Or maybe just some sort of, like, you know, inside joke that the devs thought would be funny. Oh, crap. Here we go. But now I realize with... Hold up. Oh, God. Yeah! Somebody else got me. Hold on. Let's run in fear. Oh, they got me first. But anyway, that's enough of Fortnite for now. As far as gameplay, let's get back to the discussion. If you look at the Wonkee skin, I just could not figure out why they would put Relaxed Fit Jonesy's head on it. And then the teasers for the gaming season started to come out, and they confirmed one of the earliest collabs for the season was confirmed to be Sonic the Hedgehog. And as people started to make the comparison from Eggmanland to Wonkeeland and say, oh, well, this is an obvious, you know, this is going to obviously be Eggmanland once the collab kicks off, once the new season starts. They're just going to take Wonkeeland out again like they did for Cartmanland and put in Eggmanland. And what solidified that for me was was looking at the Wonkeeland, the Wonkee skin with the Jonesy head on it. That skin was teasing Eggman all along. Had to be. Because he's the mascot of this theme park. He's a guy wearing shades. He's got this... And the Wonkee skin has it's kind of a formal suit. It's very cartoony and over the top. I mean, have you ever seen the Mickey Mouse mascot suit from like Disney World? I mean, it's kind of that, but a little more clownish maybe. I don't know. But very bright blue suit. But realizing, of course, that Wonkeeland is going to become Eggmanland, and then looking at the Wonkee skin, that told me right away, okay, this was always... The reason why they put Relaxed Fit Jonesy's head on there was as a inside teaser for Eggman taking over this POI at the end of the chapter. And I think that's just so clever. I like when they do things like this. Like it's clearly a teaser of something. But you would not have known that at the time that this skin dropped back in Season 1. I don't even think people cared about Wonkee at all. It's just like, okay, here's this weird theme park. Okay, oh wait, they swapped in Cartmanland. Okay, that's clever. But this whole time, the purpose of this collab was to foreshadow the arrival of Eggman. And you can see it in the mascot images. If you take Eggman's logo and put it right next to the Wonkee mascot face, almost exactly the same shape. Except for the sides of Wonkee's head are clearly supposed to be the shape of Eggman's mustache. So, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Nothing, like super in-depth. But, it's just, it's blowing my mind that we're really getting this season, because I'm super excited for it. I just can't imagine who all could potentially show up in this season. Because we already know a lot of collabs are coming. Some I have no idea how they're going to implement in the game. Like Tetris is supposed to be a part of this new season. What are you going to do with Tetris? Are they going to have the Tetris pieces fall out of the sky? Kind of like the donuts from the Simpsons season? Like, that would be kind of funny. But, I don't know. What do you guys think about this whole Wonkeeland thing? Do you agree with what I was saying? Do you think this Wonkee skin back from Season 1 was a teaser for Eggman this entire time? I mean, leakers were really recently saying that you can hear Pac-Man in the arcade at Wonkeeland. And I went there to try to find it so I could show it to you guys myself. But unfortunately, the sound mixing in there mixes it really low, so it's very, very hard to hear unless you turn the volume way up, or I guess if you stand in a certain place. But some of the other sound effects drown it out. So that's unfortunate I couldn't share it with you guys. But it is there. But leakers were also saying that this has been there the entire chapter too. So it's another one of those cases where I think something that if you had listened to it, if you had heard it back throughout any other point in this chapter, before we knew that a Gaming Legends season was coming, then you probably wouldn't have thought anything else but, this is a cute little Easter egg. You know, hey, they got Pac-Man playing in the background of this POI. Okay, that's cute. But no, I think that these were clever teases, clever little hints that were hidden in plain sight that without the current context, you would never have guessed what it was leading to. And I just really like that and wanted to share it with you guys. Specifically the part about the Wonkee skin, because I haven't seen anybody talk about that. I've seen them bring up the Wonkeeland Eggmanland comparison. And that's where I got this from, because as soon as I saw those comparisons, it immediately made me think back, wait, Wonkee had a skin too. And wait a minute, I thought it was always weird that there was this older man, you know, bearded, Jonesy with shades, was the guy under the mask. That was so random. But now it makes total sense. So appreciate you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did. And tune back in later, because we're going to keep talking about this season up until it launches and definitely after it launches. So thanks again for watching. I am out of here.